Hi everybody, this is Jan and I'm going to talk about my new little tree here. It's like I say always, this is for my grandchildren, my children, my great-grandchildren, and future great-grandchildren, and then also anybody else that wants to listen. I'm going to talk today a little about my new tree. This is an August moon um, Japanese maple, and it will turn a beautiful orange in the fall. I'm really excited about it. Planted it a couple weeks ago, and I had to take out two small um, pine trees. They were miniature pine trees, and it was a job taking them out. Had to saw them off, dig up the roots, but I got it done. And so I thought this was really pretty, and it's away from the wind. I think it'll be uh, protected by the house and trees around, and because Japanese maples don't like to be out in the wind. So, but this, like I said, is an August moon, and it's going to be beautiful. It'll get like, I think, about 12 feet high, and it'll be perfect for this area. So I also have a couple hydrangeas back here and over here, two more, and they've kind of grown over because of my little pine trees there. Then this one behind me, I've got to move my bird feeder because the birds are dropping on my hydrangea bush, and it's got a couple blooms on it, and so I will move this when I get my grandson to pull it out for me. And I got another hydrangea back there that is called White Adore, and it's got a couple of white blooms on it. And I'm so happy this year because my hydrangeas, I've got a lot of hydrangeas blooming, and I have my old-fashioned macrophilas that's what I call them because I don't know the name of them. They're very old, and I had gotten the starts from our home that we moved from 20 years ago, that we lived there 34 years, and that bush was by my back step, and I probably took 30 some starts from it, given to people that wanted starts of it. And I'll show you in a minute here the one bush and the blooms it gets. And so we will move this over, but I don't know if you can see my Cheyenne Sky coneflower that I got, and I think it's so pretty. It'll go pretty with my Japanese maple. So I have a lot of touching up to do around this area, but I have my Japanese maple. This one here is from my old-fashioned macrophylla. I have no idea what the name of it is, but it has like 2 or 3 blooms on it this year, which I'm very happy because it usually just has a couple. And all my old-fashioned ones, they have all got lots nice blooms on, and they're beautiful. And this is the one bloom here that I think is so beautiful. This bush right here is called Let's Dance. I've probably had that in there 10 years. It doesn't get any bigger. It's a small space, and it's beautiful if you ever want to get something for a small space. And it can be blue if you change the soil, but I've not done that, and maybe one of these days I will. But it's called Let's Dance. It has 10 blooms on it. And then I've got a little one back here that's got like 2 or 3 blooms on, and it was a grocery store hydrangea, and I planted it here by the house, and this gets a lot of shade, and it's not really for my zone. I'm in zone 5 in Indiana, and but every year it comes up and it blooms. It always has 1 or 2 blooms on it, and it's beautiful. It's the pink. And then I have my ferns there, the ferns, and then here's a hosta, and it's called June, and I think it's a pretty little thing. It doesn't get huge, but I love hostas. I got a lot of different hostas. So, and this is a Japanese painted fern here. Then I have a weeping threadleaf Japanese maple here, and I'm going to have to trim a little. It's got a few little dead sticks on it, and I'll be trimming it. And actually, a gentleman in Pennsylvania told me once, he was a landscaper, and he said, and you trim also from underneath the trees too. And there's always a lot of little dead limbs on those, but it gets prettier when it toward fall. It gets a little redder, so. But I think it's because maybe it gets a little more sun when the sun's around here. But it's a pretty weeping Japanese maple. So, but that's all I have right now on these hydrangeas. But I'm very pleased this year because these dry beautifully. And when you dry them, you wait until they're kind of papery, and then you pick them. They're touchy about drying, and it's not near ready to dry yet. But I will be drying these, and then I use them in my arrangements and on Christmas trees for our library art show. Our garden club has a booth and a room, and we make all kinds of Christmas arrangements and wreaths and Christmas trees, and then we sell and then give back to the library. Hi, I'm back in my kitchen. A couple months ago I went to the doctor, and she had me do blood work, and she said, you know, your sugars may be a little high. She said, do you want to do it by eating, or do you lower it by eating, or do you and exercise, or would you rather I give you a pill? Well, I don't like to take pills too much, so I said I'll try the exercise and the eating. So I'm eating very low sugar and very low carbohydrates. So this recipe I've made it a couple of other times, and it's really good. It's a soft the keto cheesecake, and it's a no bake. It's really easy to make, I can tell you. I did whip my cream ahead of time, and it's in a cold bowl here. You use regular heavy cream, and that was 1 cup of heavy cream, and then I have 8 ounces of cream cheese, and get that in here. And then I have to put I am using Swerve, which is a sweetener and a healthy sweetener. This one though is the powdered Swerve. It's like powdered sugar, only it's powdered Swerve. And you can look on the internet, and it's I think one of the best sweeteners there is now. They come out with stuff all the time. Then I have to put a half a pound of this powdered Swerve in, or half a cup. I said half pound. A half a cup. That didn't make sense. I should have measured this out. Okay, and you can put vanilla in this, or you can put zest of 1 lemon in, and I've tried it both ways, and I love lemon, so I am using lemon. Zest of 1 lemon. I've already zested here, so I'm going to put this in. I spilled my stuff just a little bit, but I'll clean it up. Get this in here. So actually cream cheese has no carbs and no sugar, so that'd be good. But we'll get this going here, and just mix this all together on my mixer here. I like to use my spatula to get it down from the sides. I like for it all to be incorporated. So we'll get this going here. It mixes up pretty easy. Be sure to have your cream cheese soft, and you can take it out. You can take it out several hours even before, or If you forget to, you can put it on a little plate, stick it in the microwave for about 20-25 seconds, and that'll be good. I got this all in here. Okay, now I'm going to clean off my beaters here. And my hands are clean. I'm going to take this like this, and then I will fold in half of the whipped cream, and then I'll fold in the rest. So it's nice and cold. And get this going here. I was going to talk about one of my ancestors, my grandfather, my dad's father, Herschel Brenneman, but I will probably talk about him another time because I don't think we have time. But he was really a great guy and very nice and quiet. My dad was very quiet, and so was Pop. Okay, after you incorporate half of it, just fold it in, fold in the rest. And you can serve this with berries, or you can put, I made some caramel topping with the swerve, which was very good. Or you could put peanut butter in it. You could put peanut butter in it. Put peanut butter in it. It would be very good. It'd be like a peanut butter pie without the crust. But when you're trying to cut carbs and sugar, this is a good dessert. And I'm going to have CJ test it out then too, see if he likes it. Okay, and this is the bag. I'm not advertising Swerve. I mean, I'm not an advertiser, but this is what I'm using, and it's the powdered, just like powdered sugar. And you could make it if you didn't have any. You could take the regular Swerve and put cornstarch in it, and then put it in your blender, and you can make powdered sugar. And you can do that with regular sugar too. Just blend in cornstarch. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I have these little dishes here, and I'm going to put it in them because it looks real pretty, and this makes a pretty little dessert. And I made this once with and just put it in the refrigerator overnight, and it was still just the same the next day. It's very good. Well, what isn't with whipped cream and cream cheese? Now this probably would fill at least 6 of these, but I'm just doing 4 right now. And you could put this in a baggie and cut the end out, and then just squeeze it in there to make it look even fancier. So let's go here with, I've got blueberries. I didn't get a spoon out of the drawer, but I'll use my fingers. I love blueberries. And then they'll throw some raspberries on it because they're so good. Red raspberries. You can make it look real pretty. And you could put mint on top if you wanted. Wouldn't put basil, but I have a lot of basil. Actually, I'm going to make me some bruschetta this evening. I love that. Okay, this one looks pretty good here. This is it, and I'm going to get a spoon for CJ to taste it. And there you go, CJ. So there you are, and that is basically no sugar, little sugar in the cream, but that's natural. And it's called the soft keto cream cheese, no bake. So I guess you could call it pudding, or it's not really pudding, but it's good, isn't it, CJ? He likes it, and that's a good thing. So we'll see you the next time.